What's going on? So, Brian Flores' lawsuit against the NFL can go on. Systematic racism. Three teams in concert with against him. Doesn't that sound familiar like Colin Kaepernick? The NFL's racist. Wow. JON Gruden had the Nevada Supreme Court overturn the documents of his recordings. However, he did not deny that he is racist. But somehow people are like calling it a victory. It's not the same thing as what Brian Flores proved. See, Brian Flores workingly called him out. Stephen Ross, Miami Dolphins, systematic racism against a black head coach because they have so far few in between. Some people don't like the Rooney Rule in NFL. How do I feel about it? It basically is like this: if you don't have a rule in place, your white folks won't hire you. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. You think I'm lying? How many black head coaches did you have? And tell me why Dungy and Lovey Smith, Tony Dungy, Lovey Smith in 2007 or 8, the Super Bowl 2008, the first African American head coaches against one another. Dungy was the first to win. Mike Tomlin was the second. How many black head coaches have you said have had opportunities though, with a fair, equal situation? So you got to make it logical. You got to make that make some sense. And yes, it's systematic because they don't hire black folk. You know, I can't kid you not. That's what's up. That is the stone cold truth. And the thing about it is that there is no comparison between Brian Flores and Jon Gruden situations. Jon Gruden got fired, rightfully so, because they have words of words. They do eavesdrop on you. A lot of people fail to realize, and I'm putting this with Jon Gruden. Yeah, he can get some compensation because he can land on what they're going to pay him to go away and take the money. But he should never be allowed to be a head coach again in the NFL. He racist and he said a lot of disparaging remarks about a lot of folk. And he never denied it. But also on top of that, the reason why they can do it in corporate world, they did it to Donald Sterling, the LA Clippers owner. So if Donald Sterling was that caught on tape and what he said to his mistress and Magic Johnson, then Jon Gruden don't have a leg to stand on. He really don't. So he has not denied that that was him. He didn't say those were dummy tapes. So to pay him more money, but don't let him ever come back. Marcus Spears was right about what he said when he said that, yeah, the Kaepernick thing. Does the Kaepernick thing ties to both these situations? Brian Flores, as a coach, is experiencing the thing that Colin Kaepernick dealt with as a quarterback: collusion, racist, institutionalized NFL. And they let Trump get up there and say all that rhetoric, and they support all that rhetoric. And they haven't changed. They haven't changed. Just as racist as the day is long. And I'm a football fan of the sport. I don't like the politics of the sport. I have no respect for none of the owners or the commissioner. They don't have enough black ownership. And don't give me a token Magic Johnson ownership with Washington. That mess don't count. Or a little piece of Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady with the Buffalo Bills. Little piece. You need a black face to represent. And regardless if they ever put in racism in end zones or not, they're capped with what they do. They don't promote, black head coaches, general managers, ownership. They don't. So, it's like basically what I always say, the N-word, forget leadership, because that's basically what they're telling you. Basically what they're telling you. We support a sport or we love something, but that's the thing about stuff in the United States. I always say all the time, they ain't never been united with black folks. Because if they were, you wouldn't have to tell people to use common sense to utilize the best quality of people. No, they just want to use everybody as white. And then they want to go into the projects and the hoods and say, let's get because he can run. Let's go get him because he's dead. They don't want to utilize your mental capacity. Until you have your mental capacity utilized, you're just another one on the plantation. So Brian Flores got a very strong lawsuit. Very strong. And there's no denying about it. Systematic institutionalized racism has always been alive and well, and it continues to thrive in a billion-dollar corporation because if they figure they don't really have to address it. And I guess they think by getting old Jay-Z to put some minstrel show, halftime shows, or little tokenism to dance and pop. At halftime, will take all your words away and let little rappers come on or people entertain. But that's just a sideshow. That makes you think that you at the table, but you ain't nowhere. You at the small table. The big boy table has no one that looks like you there. They exploit you. They pimp you. I think Demarius Smith got a book out about his exploits going dealing with the NFL and that whole politic. Brian Flores got a real lawsuit. Brian Flores got a real case. Jon Gruden ain't got no case. Jon Gruden can get paid, but what he said he never denied. I don't think people are comprehending the two, because there's a difference between actually going through the process where they did you injustice, and there's another thing where you said what you said, and yeah, you might guess you got invaded on, but you said what you said, you meant what you said, and you ain't deny it. And that's why the Buccaneers just took all your stuff off they stand rack, and rightfully so. You should never get a chance to coach again. Brian Flores, they're gonna probably milk it and not let him back in. Hate to say it, because that is a good old boys network, the NFL, just like they all are. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.